Hi there, this is Sam Piercy, and I'm here working on the content for the Moneyology course, the preview program. And as I settle in to do some of that, I had a few thoughts that I thought I would share. Today, I'm working on the week one, which is on blessings and identifying the blessings so that we can leverage those. And there's a few things that are on my mind, and one of them is our emphasis on accumulation and then decumulation in our conventional view of finances, and how that seems to create a mindset in our financial planning where we're constantly in this mode of acquisition. And then what happens is when you don't have any, then it creates fulfillment in different ways. It's like a crash diet. And so when you're on a crash diet, you restrict things. And then as soon as you have access to it, then there's more like this gorging. And so if we're constantly sacrificing and pulling back, then there's a tendency to go and look for fulfillment and in desires in other places. And so this focus on accumulation so that then you can decumulate does tend to create this view of sacrifice, because you don't want to overspend, because if you overspend, then you're not going to be able to save enough. And so the concept that I don't know how many years ago it was, but I do remember that there was a book that I read. It was one of those little tiny pocket books that I had picked up somewhere secondhand a long, long, long time ago. I believe it was written in the 80s by a guy named Jerry Gillies. And he talked about how when we set up our bank accounts, we can set them up so that um, the first step is to earn enough income from that account to meet a certain particular need. And that concept is where we get to leverage the blessings in our life. So we're leveraging the seeds that God gives us. One of those seeds can be our skills, our passions, experiences, purposes, desires, contacts, and those kinds of things that we can use to create income from. Others can be credit, or savings, or income. There's lots of things in our life that we can leverage to create income. The focus, though, is on the creation of income. And so the thought that I wanted to share briefly right now is how we can do that. Is if we have access to credit, for example, we can use that seed to consume money or consume something, and then we would have to go back and look at those things that we had purchased as blessings and assets, and how can we create income from that, but after the fact, because now we're paying for the debt that's been created. We can use our savings, and we can draw down our savings for consumption to feed a lifestyle or to feed a need, but then it's gone, and we have to constantly be creating income to feed our lifestyle. Or if we apply this concept of leverage and we apply it in a small way, let's say you've got $10,000 in credit. That $10,000 in credit could be used to purchase something or invest in something that created income. That income could then pay for the debt, the loan or the credit card, but it could also then get used to meet a small need. And let's say initially that small need might be looking after one bill, or it might be used to invest in something else that is going to be creating income, like maybe the payment on a service that would enable you to sell something online. So it's thinking, how can I use this asset, this seed, this blessing in order to create income? How could I use this piece of saving, this pot of savings in order to create income? And what need, what specific purpose will that fill? So let me leave you with that, and I encourage you to join me and share with others. The program of Moneyology is connecting God, money, real life today. So it's helping to adopt a mindset that is about sustainability and purpose-driven income. It's also about connecting that to what do you currently have going on in your life today. So with that, have a blessed day, and you can find out more about Moneyology on financialgrace.org. Thank you, and God bless.